Hi there, friends. This is Chicken Chaser. I am a longtime gamer. Play all sorts of random stuff. I'm not any particular person in any of these communities. I just happened to come across a glitch um, a while back that I kind of wanted to share. I've seen a couple people talk about it, but more in the negative sense of having your save file wiped. And this is a local co-op issue. I believe only with the emulated version or playing on your Xbox One. Um, I do have a capture card, and I'm going to try and replicate this on the 360 sometime in the future. But for now, we're just gonna play what I have here. So I just got a notification from Xbox. They're getting rid of their clips and all that. So I uploaded all my stuff to OneDrive, and I was looking through the clips, and I found this thing that I thought was funny, back when it happened.
What you got?
So let it play, and you'll see that my hero Chicken Chaser happens to have the, masquerade mask, Scythe's Windhammer here. You can tell that it's a single player game based on the field of view here. That way it's kind of like zoomed in on the character. So I'm not in someone else's save. Um, Obviously, I'm not supposed to have any of this stuff at this point in the game. So uh, what I did yesterday is I tried to do a couple recordings. Of course, the only time that I got it to work was the one time where I didn't record it with audio. And now, today on the 29th, I am having problems connecting to the 360 emulator, Xbox Live in general. I tried to load up some COD 4, that did not work. And I also am trying to get my I found a couple interesting bugs with this glitch. You'll see that in this first clip, and again, this is probably going to be a little long-winded. I apologize in advance. I'm not much of a content creator, but in the beginning, I'm just showing off that I have, all these weapons. My spell skill is high. Just to give you an idea of like what my character currently has on them prior to this glitch. The most telling thing, I'll show the outfits here, and I think I at some point show the map table. You'll see that I'm not very far in the game, but I do have the king suit. Now, obviously, these are things that you could, I believe, I could be wrong, but from my understanding, there's no trade restrictions or anything like that. So technically speaking, you'd be right to say, well, couldn't you just have had this traded to you? Which is true. Um, what is not true, to my knowledge, is having the road to rule completely filled out on your character. Now, maybe that's wrong. Maybe, typically, when I play co-op, I play with my younger sister, so I've been player one for a long time. Um, but it's possible, I suppose, that a player two would be able to open up all these chests, and then in their own world, it would show up like this. So that's why I wanted to do this long video with no cuts. You'll see me attempting to do the glitch and failing. I will tell you my thoughts on why I think it did fail. But you can see as I'm running past, um, I just try and run back a little bit to give an idea. Like you can see that I'm the same character in all of these with the Sand Goose and the Windhammer. Um, I just wanted to give an idea. Unfortunately, I didn't want to run all the way back. Um, but when in the new game plus, um, so to speak, I'll show you that that the same thing kind of applies. At the very first gate, you're not holding weapons, but I'll have this full outfit on. So, and again, I apologize. This is going to be long-winded. I'm going to leave timestamps, and my plan is to, once currently I'm getting the error 8015190E, which for any of you that have tried backwards compatible games, trying to use the emulator, sometimes you run out of problems. So what I'm doing here is I'm just showing that, all of the places I have unlocked, I have all of the silver keys, gold keys, gnomes done, um, which for some of them shouldn't be possible, right? I haven't actually gone to every zone in the game. And, you know, one of the things to keep in mind here is that I'm still trying to figure out what what gets reset in your world and what doesn't. So as far as I can tell so far, your quest progress definitely gets reset, but things like this, you'll notice I still have all the books here. Well, in the uh, New Game Plus version that I do play through for a little bit, just to give you an idea of like what you can expect if you were to do this, um, you will end up seeing that I can re-pick those books back up, but the silver keys do not actually show back up. Um, now, here, I apologize. I'll just have to blur out, I guess, some of these things, maybe in DaVinci Resolve, but I'm I'm new to that, so hopefully that figure that out okay. Um, anyways, so I think one of the major things, what's fun about this glitch is that it kind of is almost in the spirit of Albion in the sense that a lot of these experiences that we have in game, there's a duality to them. You know, when um, you're kind of and looking back on the Fable series, a lot of times you're kind of spoon-fed the good and the bad option in these later games, and um, I think the fun part of this glitch is that there is kind of that duality to it. I think most people experiencing this glitch for the first time is typically pretty heartbreaking. For a lot of people, they just try and play a local co-op game with maybe a friend or a sibling, and they end up losing their what they perceive to be their save progress, which is not wrong. Um, but on the other end of that, this for someone like me who's played through the game a bunch of times, stumbling across this was kind of a fun little Easter egg of sorts, I guess, where I was able to um, kind of put some life back into this game. You know, it is my least favorite of the main series games, but it does have a special place in my heart as one of the only co-op RPGs that you really can play. As you can see here, this is a fresh profile, so I do end up running into some annoying problems of choosing avatars and all that obnoxious stuff from the Xbox 360 days. So I believe I end up backing out here and just reloading in or something. Um, I will also, I think in the future, try and do a prevention video for this glitch. Now, obviously, as I said, the duality of this, for someone like me, I'm interested in doing this, what, New Game Plus, this restart of your world, um, or soft restart of your world, I should say. But for a lot of people, that's not really what this glitch ends up being. This glitch ends up being you know, I was almost done with the game and my game got restarted. You know, that I can sympathize with that. That sucks. Um, so okay, so let's talk about the first attempt here. So on first attempt, I end up trying to just replicate from memory what I thought I did the first time. And what do I mean by that? Well, back in 2021, what I was doing at the time was I was trying to, I didn't really feel like, you know, to unlock that last achievement, which you would have seen earlier that I did not unlock, um, unlocking all of the legendary weapons. Um, I was trying to do this with my sister without involving, you know, going to True Achievements or something like that, or the Reddit subreddit, and you know, asking for help there. Which, again, you know, if I was a better editor, this is where I would add in, you know, the Seinfeld. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but for us, it was just something we wanted to try and accomplish ourselves, even if it meant kind of doing an exploit. And one of those exploits is bringing a hero that has all the silver keys into you know, a new save and just opening the chest at the castle. Now, if you're interested in that glitch, there's plenty of info online about how to accomplish that. Maybe I'll do a video if people care, um, like on like strategies on like how you would want to do it. But you'll see it in this video. The issue being is that I believe that that chest is tied to a specific player. So you'll just get the same weapon over and over again if you just do it on the same, you know, player 2's save file. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening here. So this save file, this is Chubby Cheese's save file. This is the new profile. So you'll see here that what I end up trying to do is trying to just sign in. And it's trying to load a third person. I don't know why this happened. Again, if I was better with editing and stuff, I would edit this out. Um, that is kind of why I'm going to put timestamps in, and feel free to try and speed up parts of this if you want. I'm I'm kind of expecting this video to be very niche anyways, but hopefully someone can get some use out of it, and someone smarter than me can think about what implications are here. Um, so what ends up happening here is it doesn't let me, load in my profile. So for a second here, I have to try and sort out, why that might be. You can see that I pop up. You'll be able to tell whether like who's pausing the game, which controller, based on whether it says leave or kick. So if it says leave, then that's going to be the controller tied to my main account, the one that I'm trying to restart the progress. And then if it says kick, that is the new profile, which is obviously the one hosting it. Um, so let's see. I think, and again, I was trying to even before I started getting the error today, that 8,000 error, I was getting issues when I would try and load in my second character, it would just freeze. So we're just going to try and play through the beginning of this game. Jasper's going to jab at me for a bit as I'm picking out my outfit. And I didn't have another person around to help film, so I eventually, rather than using my pinky or whatever, using my nose or something to move my second character, I just end up teleporting him around. So I am just gonna skip ahead a little bit. What I end up doing is I end up saving there, and thinking that this is, that I just accomplished the glitch, go back to test it. I will let you know ahead of time it does not work. So let's just move forward. You'll see as I pop back in, this is just the normal save, right? I'm not back at Bowerstone Castle, and I'm like, dude, what the heck? I thought that was going to work. Um, I'll give you some insights that I think what ends up having, and you can see, so on my main save, I actually have two saves, and you'll notice later that when we see this character here, Chicken Chaser, as I refer to this character, with the fox mask. I call it a fox mask because it helps with my, uh, the chicken chaser aspect, that it's a fox, not a wolf, or Balverine. Um, but I was really expecting that to work. So what do? Well, I reload back in. And again, I'm just going to skip through some of this. And I just go through the process again. Now, when I was trying to refilm this yesterday, when I finally got something to work before I started running into these profile issues. What I thought I did properly was I was telling myself, I'll just skip ahead. What I told myself was, okay, the reason that it worked when I filmed this, again, not this, I think this one is another failed. I can't remember if this one's failed or not. But essentially, the way that I was thinking about this is, well, maybe my character has to change the state of the character. So what I'm thinking about doing is running over and opening the 50 silver key chest. Right, if I'm able to, because it'll give the baby character here, the new playthrough, he'll open it up, he'll get the sand goose and the gold, and my character will get a random gift item. I think it ends up being an emerald. I thought maybe that's what it was. Maybe changing the state of the character is what causes it. But it's actually a little bit different. Of course, I run to the wrong spot. But so part of the reason that this glitch occurs is both of these players are in the save slot 1. So in terms of like prevention, if you ever wanted to play local co-op but didn't want something like this to happen, I would put your main save as far back as you can, maybe in slot 5, because apparently that's where this glitch actually occurs from. You'll see that I'm able to open this 50 key chest for the other player. He gets the reward and I do not. You'll notice that this save right here was actually I actually did save on both profiles, and it's the second one that's the important one. Um, when I went back to redo this, I was only saving on my main profile, thinking, oh, well, I'm saving the quest status, right? That's what I'm doing here. Uh, and again, when I can re-record, I will record a more concise and a quick version with cuts and stuff. I really did want to put out one that didn't really have a lot of cuts, other than again me just fast forwarding a little bit. But again, if I go back here, it's important to notice that we see my character, right? This is not my character here, but he's able to identify the save here. When he goes in here to load, this is hero slot 1. Hero slot 2 is open. This is not the save of my main profile. This is actually the save here, which is somewhat interesting. And I did end up finding another glitch where I'm actually able to save my character to someone else's profile, which might have some other implications once I'm able to test that out again, sort out exactly how I did it. Because again, a lot of this stuff was pretty accidental. um, so, anyways, again, when I tried to replicate this, I was only saving on my main profile. But I think what's actually important to do if you want to make this happen is saving the progress of this new profile. So what do? I end up just kicking him, blah, blah, blah. I go back and check. Okay, so skipping ahead, just trying to cut down this a little bit because it is going to be a longer video anyways. I re I reload my main profile. So if we let me just go back because that was a little quicker than I'd like it to be as I was skipping through. I reload the save of my main profile, my main gamer tag, Chicken Chaser. So we'll see the outcome here. Um, Now this video is going to continue. Um, I wanted to kind of run through the beginning of the game a little bit, show what some of the differences are, what saves, what doesn't. Um, maybe I'll talk about some of the potential implications a little bit. So you'll see this is again my main save. It pops up and it shows, hey, you have all the silver keys, you have all the flowers. Well, that's interesting because I am in Bowerstone Castle. You'll see that my dog actually reverts to the original model, and he's back to like level 1 everything. But my main character is wearing, the regular outfit, the chicken chaser outfit that I had put together originally. Um, so for those of you that played the game before, we don't necessarily need to show like first quest, but what I will show is there are a lot of funny moments here because I'm wearing this mask, this giant beak that I have, where they obviously were expecting you to be in one of two outfits. So my character does thrust his mask right through her face, which I find to be funny. It is cool to be able to see a lot of these scenes wearing like, an actual outfit here. And then here's that replication of the glitch. Now, when I re-record this the next time, I'll do it with a different weapon. That way it's obvious that it's not that this is not all the same recording, that it's something that you can replicate. I know there was a 4K update a while back. I kind of expected when I came back to record this that it actually wouldn't work, that maybe they had fixed some of that local co-op stuff on these emulators. Again, I think it's only on the emulators. Um, I might be able to test this out on the PC version. I don't remember if that has local co-op. I don't think it does. Um, but I do have a Steam copy, so I might try that. And then for the Xbox 360, I did recently get a capture card, so I'll give that a go as well. Again, I wish I had the audio here because it is hilarious watching him slam it with the hammer and then him being like, "You broke it." Yeah, dude, obviously. Um, so moving forward, we have again, more of the beginning of the quest, this early quest or whatever. So anyways, we're just moving through the beginning of the quest, and you'll notice that as I start to unlock stuff, I end up having the same things I had equipped um, before I started. So in that last scene, you saw that I had Scythe's Windhammer, and when I first start fighting the bats, I will have actually, I think, blades and flame. I don't know. I must have been messing around with that, which is just a shame that blades to me seem so bad. Um, Maybe there's something I don't know. Again, I'm not like a pro Fable player or a speedrunner or anything. But again, you could see it's almost acting like a hero save here. Back in Fable, the Lost Chapters, we had hero and world saves. This is kind of what this reminds me of. Where the world kind of reverts to a certain stage, but my character is still just like beefed up. One of the implications that I had thought of like this glitch is for those that really want to capture the essence of this is my hero. They always have looked this way. Spider-Man always had his outfit kind of thing. You'll see that again the statue here. You can revert your statue so that it shows you. And then again, I think there's also a co-op pillar here that you could if you wanted to restart that. Let's say you had played with a friend the first time and you wanted to set that so you're both standing here. That's something I might do in the future with my sister's character. Um, but again, you'll see you saw I tried to reopen the chest. Obviously, it's already opened. It won't let me, but I figured I'd test it anyways. Okay, so another early part of the game, we go to the catacombs. You'll see that when the bats turn up, I am casting flame and blades. This takes way longer than it should because Blades is just not doing what it needs to do here. It's, I think, reducing the number of targets getting hit. And then I do also test out, because I have all the gold keys, I do try and test out the golden door here. Now, the golden door will not open. Um, I think when it pops up, it says that I don't have a silver or a gold key. I think later when I return, I'll be able to open that. Um, but that'll have to come in. I'll probably do like a New Game Plus playthrough just to really get a good idea of what ends up sticking around and what doesn't. Again, this is technically the third run through for this character, and when I re-record it, I'll actually do the Let's Play on the fourth one. But the first one was a full completion, so everything should be opened. Uh, Even though on the second run it wasn't. Again, this is all assuming that my cloud save did not just get fried from this error that I've been running into with the cloud saves. Kind of one of the problems you end up dealing with Microsoft, unfortunately. So again, keep kind of moving away from talking about what we're seeing here. So I apologize. Um, Again, first time really making a guide of any kind. So since like you know really old school Xbox 360 days. Um, so Jasper's going to talk a little bit about the sanctuary. Who cares, right? You'll notice that as I run up here, he's going to tell me um, to go by the dweller outfit, um, but you'll notice that so he tells me to do that, but then I already have it. So it skips the part where I have to run down to get the dweller outfit. I'm just opening the DLC stuff. Um, and I check in on the dog, see that he's reset. So it's interesting that some of the things in the world are reset to this to the state in the beginning, and some things aren't. Luckily, your armory is one of the things intact. It looks like the armory is empty, and you'll see that later when I get the weapon. But realistically, it's kind of just hidden. So I'll leave with the outfit on, and then what I try to do is I try and put the outfit back on, just thinking like, hey, this is enough, right? Just to put it on, trying to make sure that I try and do the playthrough in my usual outfit. But then Walter ends up not being happy with that. When I come back up and try and reset it here, it wants me to put the clothes back on. It won't let me progress here without doing that. So you'll see that when I come back in here, I am able to, again, see my full armory. However, it is going to ask me to put that on. So I'm going to put that on. I'm going to go through the cutscene here. Again, it's not really worth even playing this without the audio anyway, so I'll save this for the next time. So here we are in Mistpeak. I'll just kind of skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, the one thing that Blades is good for is one-tapping these wolves, as it's a better targeted spell than it is an AoE spell, from what I understand and my experience using it. So we're just going to one-shot these wolves. One hiding behind the rock. Again, just going to kind of skip through. So we rush through Mistpeak. We get here to Brightwall. And then this is me popping back in to kind of show you the overworld. You can see that I still own all the properties, and it's what's funny is I'll actually get some of those notifications at the top that some of my tenants are unhappy with the state of their home. Those are in regions that I can't access yet, so they're gonna have to just not pay rent. Not really a good alternative there. And you probably also saw that on the map it shows that my wife is here. My home, like my actual marital home, is here in Brightwall. I believe it's in the House of Cluck. If not the misnomer house, but I think it's the House of Cluck. And the reason I'll have to see that in the playthrough, whether or not that gets sorted out, like my wife like pops in or something. But obviously there's quests there that got reset, so I technically don't, I don't own, or that house is like kind of occupied. So there are some interesting things that end up happening. Oh my gosh, it's an orb. You guys remember that? Remember people being on Xbox Live running around as orbs? Pretty funny back in Fable 2, having to like listen to people trying to trade hero dolls and stuff, which actually reminds me, I think I have to help my sister with getting those last couple achievements. Anyways, as those of you who have played this game before know, so we'll hop down here, we'll open this up, and the first thing that I do is I run to go pick up or show that the silver key chest is open. On this new game plus, as I'm calling it, you cannot reopen those silver chests. So that is not a reason to do this. Now, what is interesting is that the book is here. And as you saw in the gameplay earlier, I had all 30 books. Now it's saying 1 out of 30 here, and I think what's happening there is similar to the marital home thing. I think that once I progress and unlock the Pen is Mightier quest, the 30 books will be in there and it'll update properly. But we'll have to get to that road when we get there. So here we go. First, flit switch. So we kind of unlock our weapons here, right? Our melee weapons at least. And you'll notice when I come in here that it is completely empty. I have all of the spells back there, but my weapons, I just have the hero hammer and such. I end up, noticing that blades is not what I'm looking for. I end up swapping to probably my favorite spell combo, not because it's any, good. I just like the way that ice looks, and I like the way that wind plays in terms of the CC. But again, not necessarily like any good at this game. I just like it. So take that with a grain of salt. So I just equip the hammer. Dude's gonna tell me about how, again, originally recorded this with the intention that there would be audio and it would be the first video in the playthrough of the new game plus, but alas, there's no sound, so I will have to go back and redo that. But when I pop back in here, you'll notice that all my weapons are back. So ranged weapons are not in there yet. I have not unlocked any of the ranged weapons, and that'll happen after I get the flit switch. So, moving forward a little bit. Oops, I think I skipped Did I already? Do you really? Oh, it was probably just a longer skip than I was expecting. So, okay. So I end up, again, you kill the Hollow Men, run forward, and then I believe if you're replaying through the game, I would recommend at least doing the beginning area with just the regular fireball or maybe shock. Um, just because you'll notice a little bit later that the doors seem to not really like the ice storm or the wind spell. You'll see here that I try a couple of times to charge it up, aim it, and then it just doesn't do. It just doesn't hit the wall. Um, so thinking that it was probably the spell type, which I believe is the case, I go back, I equip fire, um, pop it, and then I just re-equip my the spell that I wanted. So skipping through a little bit again, just to show uh, the second piece to this, which is same thing goes for ranged weapons that it did for melee. Um, at this point, you unlock your ranged weapon, you equip it, and then again, you can pop out and pop back in to equip the weapon that you actually want. If you're doing a playthrough to update your podium to make sure you have the weapons that you want, I would just have them equipped at all times if you're not familiar with the spots in which you would do it. Um, like there's a couple spots in the game where they actually give you a podium. So if you're not familiar with those, I would probably recommend just equipping what you want in those in your photo shoots, so to speak. Um, so yep, and the rest of this is just playing through a little bit of the rest of the beginning of this intro quest. I end up just putting on Fireball because whenever I make a new game, it you have like a rifle and Fireball at this point, and it's actually a really good combo for just I wouldn't call it animation canceling, but for basically just increasing your DPS here, where you can fire a rifle shot and then get a Fireball going off real quick. If you're looking to quickly move through this part, this is typically how I do it. Um, um, what else to talk about? I guess just the last couple things that I would say. We'll just go through the portal here and show off the pillar. Um, last couple things is implications here. I don't necessarily know other people in the community that have been around longer or have better ideas, better at the game, speedrunners. I don't know what the implications of this are. Maybe speedrunners will introduce I think they call it twinked playthrough. One where you are allowed to use items for a previous playthrough or something. I don't know how people typically do it, but um, you are technically playing from the beginning of the game. So that'll be a decision that they probably just say, nope, we're gonna keep doing what we do. Um, and fair enough. Um, the other, again, as I said before, the other piece to this is I wanted to put this out to kind of show how it occurs and what causes it to occur. That being um, the hero saves being in the same slot, both being in slot one and doing a save on the new profile is what caused this glitch to occur. So hopefully having a visual representation helps people. And unfortunately, I don't know of a way to fix it once it's occurred. Um, I I can only think of prevention methods for this, but unfortunately, most of the time, if something like this was to happen, it's kind of too late, right? Um, I really don't know the best way to do it, especially because I think the cloud save when you exit will update to your cloud save, so it's not like you can delete your local save um, and then download the cloud save. So I'm really not sure as far as reverting something like this. Um, I also don't think that it helps fix. I really need to test this more to know if it'll fix something like the gnome glitch where one of your gnomes disappears because of a co-op um, co-op game. If you are interested, in understanding what I'm talking about, the fandom wiki has a little small blurb about it. But essentially, my sister ran into a problem where one of her gnomes was gone. I don't think that this would fix that problem unless it is taking the save, unless it's doing something with the world of the new save. But I really don't think that's the case because otherwise the silver chests and stuff would not be opened. So probably doesn't fix that error. You probably still have to fix that in the same way, which is playing with another profile who hasn't killed that gnome that you're missing yet. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the video. I will try and add some timestamps and stuff um, to uh, to try and help people navigate through this long-winded video. Um, Again, I'll probably do some more testing once I'm actually able to access my save files and stuff. And I would just keep in mind that I don't necessarily know every little bit of detail about this. I haven't seen people talk about this in the way that I am, which is in this way of like New Game Plus. I've seen the only things I've seen about this local co-op glitch um, are surrounding people losing their saves, which is definitely partially true. You're definitely losing your save progress and like your way through the game. However, your player is actually still intact, and technically speaking, you could just go through the main quests there. You have tons of seals still available to you, and you have all your upgrades. So be pretty quick to get back, catch up to speed. But I understand that a glitch like this would be incredibly frustrating. So thanks for watching. I will look to do some follow-up here, follow-up testing. But yeah, if you have any thoughts about how this could be used, or if anybody knows about ways to reverse this, for those of that wouldn't want this to occur, feel free to leave those in the comments. But with that, I'm Chicken Chaser, and thanks for watching.